that next for the next 24 hours or for the next 48 hours, you will feel to do something. You will feel that, okay, I discovered something. You will have as well. If I ask you, who actually are you, uh, what would your answer be? See that in day-to-day life there are many issues a student faces, and biggest issue for today in our today's generation a student is facing is just that our education system is just gathering us out in a curriculum where our personality growth is directly proportional to materialistic things. So basically in this generation where we have tons of knowledge, where we are blessed with tons of knowledge, where it's always there is no chance where a student at their fingertips they want to learn something, they wish to learn something, they have that at that at their fingertip. But the biggest problem what we face here is understanding of student behavior, because drastically it's been changing, and the pressure what a student faces as a part of this education system as we need not discuss about that. We have many evidences stating that. So one thing what I wanted to understand is the biggest, the very important aspect of a personality is to understand who actually we are. So it's if I ask you, you can use chat box. I can't see that, but yeah, you can raise your voice as well. If I ask you, who actually are you, uh, what would your answer be? Anybody could come up with their answer. All right, fine. So basically, if I answer this question, who actually we are, when I often question this in seminars, people say that they are a human being, or somebody names them, or somebody names their profession instead, or we get different answers. But the right answer here is, yeah, we are human beings. We are physical body with emotional health, mental health, and also with spiritual beliefs. Everybody have this, everybody have some or the other beliefs. You call it spiritual, you call it anything. I mean, you have beliefs, you have your mental health, your spiritual, your emotional health, and yeah, you are a physical body. So basically, if your mental health and if your emotional health are not working, you're not aligning it together, if it's not stable, then the meaning of life, the purpose of life is still incomplete. The very big problem what I feel we students have, because again, I am a student, you all are a students, and I believe that the student to student communication teaches us a lot rather than a teacher student communication, right? Because we learn a lot from our friends. So basically, what I understood with this explanation, well, I read a lot of books because I love reading them, and the very important aspect I feel books do is they teach us, they make us understand things way differently, create a thought that we actually could ponder on, right? So on the topic of personality development, what is the key and what is the biggest secret to become successful? Completing their degrees. So basically, what I understood with this dilemma of thing is that if you don't have a written note on personality, on your goals, and if you never, I guess the best test you could ever do on a piece of paper is just that writing yourself, analyzing yourself, self-analyzing process written on a paper, as that paper is the most precious one, irrespective to anything you compare with, like any of your degree, any of your exam, anything. I mean, that is the most important thing you could do ever in life. So I'll give you a few understandings, few learnings what I had according to the goal setting process. And I understood one thing in the years of life where everybody had this thing that how, what, we all want to become successful, we all want to score a lot of marks, we all want to secure a good life, we want to have a safe life. We are not ready to take up risk because this is human mentality. If you want to make the best use of human body and human mentality, study human body, study human mind, study human sciences. If you want to become a topper, study toppers. What we do, we study books on the topic to become topper. But what I feel is, if you study how to become topper, then you will know the practices what you have to do, you will understand the laws, and then you will be practicing it. Recently I had an opportunity to meet an IAS officer, and while we were speaking to him, he stated a very important point which I guess it was very precious, and I wish to share it to you all. That he said that to become an IAS officer, I cleared it in very first round. I secured all India under 100 rank, and that is a great achievement for many. So what I felt is, okay, you have achieved that. So I wish to know, what have you done? What were your practices? What made you achieve that? He gave me a very different answer, which I personally was not expecting. He said me that, dude, it was me who studied many failures, many success stories, and I came to a result that, okay, any success, any failure, any examination, if you understand the paper and if you understand with the mistakes of previous people, you crack it out. Same goes with Alibaba. The founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, once said that I learn from the mistakes of people rather than learning from your own mistakes, because you will have to pay. Yeah, that's worth it, because mistakes makes you realize something very different, and we actually tend to make many mistakes in our life. But one thing what I understood is that, if you want to, okay, let's assume now, I'm assuming that from the participants sitting here, there are students from 10th, 11th and 12th. So basically, what does a 10th class student or a 12th class student have a goal on? They want to have a good career. So if I talk about career, and it comes under self-awareness, that if I really want to talk about career, then you should understand one thing, that career is in life. Life is not in career. The biggest aspect and biggest trend of this education system today is that everybody is here everybody is here to come out with talks, to come out with things. Our whole education system is framed in a way that you have to secure good marks to have good life. You have to secure, if you have so and so degree, you have respect in the society. If you study out from Harvard, you have that dignity. And I have experience to speak to many Harvard students. I have experience to, well, not speaking out, but yeah, having a research is my right, and I love doing researches on things. So what I understood with the fact there is that Harvard have around 70% of their students leave the college without completing. And why is that? This is dropout rate. Yeah. So 75% of the students drop out, and USA's trend is that 90% of university students drop out. And I was in a dilemma that USA had a great education system. USA is considered to be one of the greatest education system we have. Then why is that USA have this dropout rates? And I understood that they understood one thing, and they frame their students, their mentality in a one way, that having degree is not all you can have, but you can start your own things, and this is the time of entrepreneurship. This is the main, uh, I must say, this is the this century and this particular year. I mean, these from 2019 or 2018, you can consider this is the generation of entrepreneurship. And trust me, you can mark my words. Within next 10 to 15 years, you will find the same entrepreneurship. Like, even our government is supporting a lot to entrepreneurs, right? You have Startup India nowadays, and you have a lot of things, but let's keep that apart. But I feel that a student, I myself is an entrepreneur. I am 18 years of age, and uh, basically not too old from you, but yeah, I have experience to come out in businesses. I have tried, I have experienced in around 5 to 6 businesses. I was successful in three of them, and I failed in three of them. But those failures, those teachings, I can assure you that uh, no school, no teacher, or nobody could ever express me that. So understanding self-awareness is that you have hidden potentials inside you. Every child who is born, from the day he's born until his teenage starts, he today the education system's main role was to guide them, help them discover the facts that okay, uh, this student have this potential, and encourage them to proceed that potential as their career. You will be the most luckiest person in this world if you do what you love to do, rather than doing, getting into a job where you are supposed to love the job. To be happy, either you do what you love to do, or you have to love the thing you're doing, right? So it's like do or die. I mean, if you don't really love what you're doing, if let's assume that now that you are going to qualify 12th, and I really wish and pray that you all score great marks, achieve all your goals, achieve all your great visions. One thing, guys, one personal talk, one informal talk I want to say you is that always have big goals which people can't even dream of, goals where if you share somebody, they laugh at you, they say that this is not possible. It happened with Elon Musk, it happened with Bill Gates, it happened with any successful person you ever find. They did something different. They had a very big cause, a vision. They see, one great story which often recalls me, motivates me, is that Disney, the founder of Disney, when the first Disney park was going to be introduced, he died 2 days before. The park was not even introduced, that park was not even completely inaugurated. He died, and on that day of inauguration, two of his managers were talking to each other, and they were like, how great if Mr. Disney was here. He worked so hard for it. It's so unfortunate that he could not even see that. And what the other manager said that, gentlemen, it's not that he didn't see that, he saw everything about, around 20 years behind. I mean, before 20 years he already have seen everything, and he was in a dilemma how. Then he said that if he never saw this, we would have never stood here. That's the vision. Have a long vision, see yourself, imagine yourself achieving everything possible. There is nothing which you can't do. There is nothing in this whole world that you can't achieve. Everything you do, you will have that support, you will have that belief. Guys, have a vision, and trust me, whole nature will work for you to make that vision happen. It happened with me. And there are books on laws of attraction, there are books on law of believing yourself, and a lot actually. But I suggest each and everybody of you to read a book called The Secret. It's very famous. I feel that majority of you might have already seen it. One minute, please. I will see the chat box here. Yeah. So basically, in the book Secret, they clearly showed you how actually law of attraction works, and how you can achieve the very big things by just doing very small things. It starts from believing in yourself. And when you say something, if you might be you all want to become engineers. Well, to be honest, I don't recommend being engineer, but yeah, might be you can become doctors. You wish to become doctors. You wish to become IAS aspirants. Well, you might wish to become some greatest people of this generation. But if I ask you what are you going to do to become that, and if you say that okay, I'll just keep thinking and I'll just uh, leave the thing out, then that's not the thing. I mean, you have to have a plan. You have to write things down. Next 10 years, where you see yourself, write it down on a paper. See it after 10 years. Trust me, the things you wrote, you'll achieve it. I did this thing around when I was 12 years of old, and that time these things used to feel that okay, uh, it's all fantasy. You feel that okay, how come writing things make us discover a lot of potentials out there, and discover the facts of life, discover the reality, and our thoughts becoming the reality. How is that possible? It Your mind doesn't understand that, but that's laws of nature. It's part of laws of nature. And what are laws of nature? Laws of nature are those laws which anybody, irrespective to their religion, irrespective to their color, irrespective to their nationality, irrespective to the place they are, irrespective to the circumstances they go with, they follow it, they'll achieve it. Because these are laws of nature. Nature made these laws. If you discover that, you can conquer anything. The world is yours. Trust me. So one of the laws of nature is law of attraction, believing, and law of believing yourself. If you don't believe yourself, you know what I feel nowadays our students are facing is that we have so low focus, the ability to focus on one thing, and also we are facing this problem that we have low self-esteem and low self-confidence. Trust me that if you build confidence, if you have belief on yourself, one thing I tell you, and mark my words, you can catch me anytime in your life. If you believe in yourself, and if people reject you and you still believe in yourself, you will achieve the greatest things possible. The greatest. You will be part of history. You will be the person who made it out, who made it happen. So basically, understanding the life, and yeah, again, so I spoke on the self analysis, writing down the goals. Now I'll tell you how actually you have to check whether your mental state and emotional state is good. See, one thing, often you question yourself, am I getting really excited for things for which really don't need that, or am I having the wishes? If you show me what all 10 wishes you have, and what all 10 worries you have, I can tell you what type of person you are and what long you can go. Because this is not something I'm doing a magic, this is something which is very clear. Because if your life is on just materialistic, and this modern society where we are caught on this, we are free. We got independent in the year 1947, but the thing is, still today we are slaves of uh, white collar jobs. We are slaves of this technology. We are slaves of this curriculum. You can't get out of it. I mean, still today, where the whole world is evolving and whole world talks about the independence and freedom, today's what may I call, yeah, today's slave is of a phone. You can't live without mobile phone. You can't live without the day our generations can't live without books, and they accept the fact that books are the key to evolve myself. World will change. And USA, upon a time where you go in their history, because history teaches us everything, and history repeats the same way. When USA was just nothing and was at the worst, and they were called, blacks, you used to be discriminated, and the worst of worst could happen there. I studied and I found that USA became USA, the superpower, just by reading big books, because 90% of the books printed in the whole world are sold in USA, and 90% of books are printed in USA. They print and they are sold themselves where, in USA itself. So a trend of reading, if you want to become happy, read happiness. If you want to become successful, read success. If you really can't understand the fact that readings will bring a potential inside you, I don't want to say, I don't discriminate our education system, or I don't say it's completely wrong. Yeah, there are loopholes there where we have to improvise it. We are working for it. But I'll suggest you one thing. Yeah, prepare for your exams. Prepare for, exam needs the knowledge only that related to syllabus, but you have to, if you want to become something, get out of the box. Build that childish curiosity inside you. Have that thing that I have to do something. I have to achieve the greater goals. I have to learn. This is for me. Learn, uh, on this modern world and in this growing world, we are the last generation. When I say plant, you will have that green trees in your vision. After our generation, when we say plant, it will be a place where lot of manufacturing and machinery things are going on. So we are actually, this is the most blessed, the most this generation is blessed with a lot of things. You have knowledge on your tips. You have this last stages of nature with you. Yeah, now we are polluting it. Now there are disasters. You see Turkey is facing the tough days of time. But I understood one thing, that human is, the biggest disaster for human existence is human itself. Many species are extincting day by day, and many animals are losing their homes. Many people suffer, but in this race of materialistic living, where we have tons, very big house, and we have a lot of cars, and this all these materialistic things, we forgot to understand the value of the nature, and we forgot to understand the existence, the purpose of human existence. So these are the very, again, I want to conclude with personality development talks one time. And when you have that thing you say from inside, it never ends. I can speak for hours on this topic because it's my passion. And again, one thing I recommend you all to do in your life is that discover your passion. Do what you love to do. And what is the best part doing, what is the, I said, right, the most luckiest person in this world is the person who do what he loves to do. That means who do what his passion is about. And I feel that the element of passion is so beautiful, the characteristics of being in passion. You do something you love to, and you never get tired doing that. You have that energy where you can sit without eating anything, without sleeping for days, and doing that in the same consistency where you have everything. Passion is, it takes time to discover, but once you discover it, once you understand this thing is made for me, it could be cooking. Ranveer Brar is doing good. I mean, he's doing good because it's his passion. It could be serving people, and serving people need not, uh, do. Actually, I feel that human nature is directly linked with serving people, right? If you serve people, you make out of things, and you have that vibe, you have that blessings from them, that you grow instantly. You know what we are taught in schools? We are taught that save more, so that you become rich. I want to change, I want to kill this myth. Serve more, spend more, you'll become rich. I know this won't be easy to accept, but yeah, Bill Gates did the same, Warren Buffett did the same, KFC did the same, McDonald's did the same. These are the tycoons. I mean, these are the leading tycoons of this growing world. So what did they do? They just discovered their passion. It could be a recipe. You know KFC story. He got 1008 rejections, and he still stood up. And he's the person who made it out. He had this thing that he wanted to. Uh, in that time, in that period of time, America's streets were full of traffic, and that time we didn't have this. Either they have to bring food from their home, or either they have to wait in the traffic to have that meal, and that meal would take tons of time. So McDonald's, yeah, I guess I told KFC. I apologize. It's McDonald's. McDonald's wanted to introduce fast giving food, which will be given in less than 10 minutes to the people, and make this process so easy, so efficient that anybody could access it out. And that revolution took it to fast food, the fast food chain. It started from there. And KFC, he was retired. He had no job. He had only one check of $100, I guess. Yeah, $100, and literally tore it out, and he said that this is not something I have. Every human, at some period of time, they have that fire inside them, and that fire, if you don't take action at the same time, sometimes it happens that you see some video or you listen to some lecture, you get a fire inside you. You feel like, okay, I am born to conquer this world. I can do everything. And that fire, if you, that motivational speaker who worked hard for giving that glimpse of fire inside you, and you didn't take any step, you didn't take an action, it dies. It never comes back. Take action on the thing when you have fire in you. Okay. Again, so find the very first point of personality development as find out things, how things work, and that is how I said you that understand how things work. If you understand how actually things work, I told you with an example of IAS officer, I told you with an example of Alibaba, Jack Ma, right? So it applies in all aspects of your life. If you want to become successful, find out how to become it, and to become it, you have to read successful, read failures. You will have two lists, one not to do list, one to do list. In not to do list, write all the failures. Failed person can give you the best not to list, not to do list. What all he did, never do that. It's simple. And what all successful did, do the same thing, you will become successful. And it starts with routine. Have a good routine. Wake up early morning. Become a bird. I often say, you can see an eagle in Ikigai's logo as well. It's eagle there, right? So eagle is a bird which have all the traits of leadership, which have all the traits of best human example you can ever find. So learn from your nature, learn from animal, and get attached to the nature. You will find a lot of change inside you. Okay, so be curious and go to work. I guess I have covered all the points there. You have to be curious, and yeah, okay, fine. This is again a very important aspect of this talk, and this is something, if you just take out this, and if you take this from your from this chapter, from this lesson to your home, everything will change for you. Power of subconscious mind. Okay, now I don't know if you have heard this. I don't know if you have listened to many talks on this, but yeah, power of subconscious mind can change this world. And subconscious mind is, the best part of reading and writing out things and doing this. When you write out things, it should have that capacity for you to see it again and again. Repetition, repetition, repetition will lead you to biggest changes of this life. And trust me, When you recite, when you repeat the same thing again and again, and any action, you see any behavior actions, you have some people, very simple, very simple example I give you is that people today, after eating food, they have drink, they have that cold drink with them. Any food they eat, they drink cold drink after it. Like, again, not food, but yeah, you can say this junk food. Then they have that cold drink. They build this habit every day, once or the other time they need this. They have trained themselves by repeating the same action again and again. Subconscious mind is not under your control, but consciously there are few things if you do that can control your subconscious mind. And it's the very subconscious mind is like a child. It's just like a child. You say that you want it and it will have it, but you have to say that, you have to believe that, and subconsciously training yourself to become something, it takes 30 days, not more than that, according to me. Again, science says that 23 days, and some say that 46 to 64 days, but I feel that it takes only 30 days to subconsciously delete something which is there. Because if you want to change yourself, firstly you have to delete pre-existing behaviors, pre-existing knowledge, pre-existing myths you have, and then you train yourself for a new life. Your life will change for that. Subconscious mind, power of subconscious mind is part, it's a very big lecture again. But if you want to control yourself with the power, if you want to understand the power of subconscious mind, write something down, repeat it every day, in present tense, write in like it happened. Say that if you want to achieve 99% in the in your next examination, let's assume, and you have to write it that I have achieved 99% of my marks in the exam. And when you say that, you have to repeat it at least, in the morning, and before time you sleep, you go to the bed before you sleep, and the repetition process will train your subconscious mind to make it happen. It's as simple as that. But yeah, you need to work hard as well, because sometimes with subconscious mind, your teacher and your invigilation also needs to correct that paper. So you should not feel that you wrote nothing and you're just believing on your subconscious mind. Work needs, you need to work, but yeah, you have to have this, you have to use this power of subconscious mind. That's very powerful. So yeah. Okay, this is the second part of our lecture. Okay, so three C's. Understanding these three C's is so important, that you understand complete, complete. I can say it, you will understand any person with these three things, and you'll find any person who is successful with these three things, or any person who have that element of doing something big will have these three things. And it states that confidence, curiosity, and character. Gentlemen, have one thing inside you. If someday you have to choose your character, or if you have to choose money or materialistic things, anything you consider, like Marx as well, choose character. Why? Because a person who have character, he'll never fall. He will never fall. He'll conquer this whole world if you have that character element in you. Confidence, curiosity, and character are interlinked. If you have character but you don't have confidence, you fail. If you have confidence, if you have character but you don't have curiosity inside you to evolve yourself, to learn more, to get out of your comfort zone, to get up early in the morning and to learn something new, then again it's useless. If you have curiosity to do a lot but you lack in character, again incomplete. It's all together. If you want to have, if you want to just do anything in your life, build these three things. Have curiosity to learn more, do more, serve more, understand more. Anything in this world could be conquered if you have that thing. And most important is character. If you don't have character inside you, if you don't have ethics to respect your teacher, respect your parents, if you don't have ethics to respect yourself, leave the world. First, respect yourself. Become selfish in these three things. Uh, don't worry. You know what we spend most of the time? We spend time worrying for the people doing wrong, and we never have time to discover ourselves. We are busy on social media, we post today and we are waiting for likes, and we see, okay, he didn't comment today on my photo, I won't comment back. So it's like give me, you do and you get back, and if you don't do, you won't get back. It should not be like that. Have a character, have a discipline, that if somebody is not doing anything for you, appreciate. Honesty should be there inside you. Build that things, build that confidence inside you. If you talk like there was nobody like you before. You are not copied, you're not God have not created you as a copy of something. Your eyes, your face, our face don't match. Our way of thinking don't match. Our way of speaking doesn't match. What matches is, yeah, we have emotions, we have feelings. Everybody might feel angry, everybody might feel sad, everybody might feel loved, everybody might feel respected. But you are the most unique creature of this human existence. Believe the fact. Have this understanding that it's me, I am unique. Dude, you can't compare a monkey and a fish for climbing out the tree. The most, who will climb first, and you see that fish is not able to climb the tree, and you're saying that it failed. No, fish is born to conquer, to swim inside the water, and monkeys are made to climb on trees. You can't compare them both. You might be different in something, you might be special in something. Discover that. And one suggestion for you is that we help you discover it. We don't charge anything, it's not for profit, we never charge anything, we don't even charge a pie, and it's all free. But in this generation there is a lack of value of free things. You don't have value of nowadays. Something which is very expensive have a very lot respect, but something which is free is losing their value. But it's our thing. We believe that teaching doesn't need to be paid. Teaching, mentorship. If I ask you how many mentors do you have in your life, you might say few of your teachers, but I want to state few characters of mentorship. If you find that you are blessed with something, having a mentor is a biggest blessing anybody could have. Sorry, yeah. So, what are the characteristics of mentor? What actually, how actually a mentor? Who is actually a mentor? Okay. So, there are 3 points. A mentor is a person who doesn't teaches you just to get passed or just to get good marks in examination or till exams. He will teach you to become a good person. Second point, being with a mentor, you will feel that this person, this person, being with him, you discover something inside you. You feel how important you are. You understand that he or she wants something good for you. You understand that vibe. You have that vibe. You have that connection with him, and he doesn't leave that connection until the exam. A student of a age of 15 years will have 60 teachers in his life, and I don't know if somebody is blessed with such a person where he teaches you after the exam as well. He have that same bond with you which he or she have while having this while training you for the exam, right? And the third point of a mentor is the times once you spend, for example, you spend an hour with him, you will feel that for the next 24 hours or for the next 48 hours, you will feel to do something. You will feel that, okay, I discovered something. You will have that element of doing something very different things. I mean, that's the beautiful part of a mentor. So discover mentors in your life, and a mentor is a person, a bond, a relationship which nobody can bring again. So that's the beauty. Have positive aspect to see life. Have patience. Anything you do will take time, will need time, but if you have patience, if you have have a positive attitude to accept things, then world is yours, everything will fall for you. uh, Understanding emotions is important. If you get angry on people's reaction, if your remote control of your emotions is with people, and whenever they want they can make you smile, whenever they want they can make you cry, whenever they want they can hurt you out, whenever they want they can make you angry, whenever they want they can make you happy, then you still didn't discover yourself. People's reaction should not depend, should not, people's action should not depend on your reaction. I mean, they do anything, you have your own reaction, you have your own understanding with yourself. Today, if somebody is doing wrong, you get angry. Ha, is it needed? Understand the word responsibility. Become responsible. And what does responsibility mean? Ability to respond to a stimulus. Somebody in your class screamed at you because he had a bad start, he had a bad time, might be he's having some problem, might be he's facing the bad time of your life. Some teacher scolded you. You loved her for so long, and you believe that this teacher is my favorite teacher, and someday she scolds you, and you feel like, okay, I'm broken, I'm hurt, I don't know, I'm depressed or whatnot. But if you are a person, if you want to have this understanding with yourself, then remember the fact that anybody's behavior, it should not reflect on your action. Your actions should be in your control. If somebody is angry, be calm. Accept the fact. Accept that something is wrong with them. Give excuses to yourself before you say something. Seneca once said that if you, I am a big fan of Stoicism. So yeah, Seneca once said that if you can't control yourself, then the whole part of your life you left doing nothing. Learn to control yourself. It happens when you accept the people. What I'm sorry. Yeah, what happens if a patient comes to doctor, and a patient screams before doctor? What does doctor do? Does doctor scream back? Do doctor hit him with something available there? Doctor says that, okay, he's a patient, he's ill today, and I have to treat him. It's my part of job. If you have this mindset inside you that, okay, he's ill today or she's ill today, I have to treat her. It's my responsibility. I am doctor for her. And if you just listen to the person who is ill today, just listen. Have this this power of listening. Use this law of attraction there. Send a good vibe. Listen with a positive attitude, with a smile. 99% of the problems will be solved just by listening. Just by listening. And that person will apologize you themselves if he did any mistake while getting angry. That's the beauty. So yeah, don't keep things inside you. Don't be unclear with the things. Communicate. Communication is the key. If dude, it's only your mom in this world who can understand without you utter any words. It's only the mother. The rest all the world, to make them understand anything, you need to speak. You need to utter words. And any practices, what I am telling you today, irrespective how you practice it, if you do regularly, I assure you, you'll find the change. And because I am talking from the core of my heart, I am not prepared with anything. This PPT is prepared by my team. This is set just to have that glimpse. I don't have this this thing to come pre-prepared for the talks. I speak with learnings what I have and with the natural human talk. It's the connection between the speaker and the listener. I believe that preparation and rectification of things and saying things with somebody else said is not part of me. Yeah, my talks might have the same thing what others say, but this is me. It's me who is talking to you, and it's natural. Okay, so I'll just get into the last part of the talk. If I really apologize if I'm taking a lot of time, but I told right, talks never end if you speak from heart. So what is the meaning of life? If I ask this question, what is the meaning of life, could anybody answer what is it according to you in the chat box? Anybody, it could be anybody. It could you could come up with your voice as well if you have that confidence inside you. If not, you can use the chat box. What do you understand by the meaning of life? What is your meaning of life, and what is the purpose of life according to you? It's a non ikigai. If I forgot to tell you, ikigai is a non-judgmental platform. We don't judge anybody. You have your rights, we respect that, we accept that. You say anything, we accept that. So remove this element of fear from you and tell me what actually according to you as meaning of life and purpose of your life. Okay. Wow, amazing. Niharika says meaning of life is having a purpose and being the way you are. Anirudh says to do something which remains. Okay. Uh, Srivali says, according to me, the meaning of life is to just living it the way you want. Wow, you people are having that element to come out of the box. I see that in your words. And if any more answers, if not, I'll tell you my part. Your part is really right. It's really apt. It could just have, it just needs little elaboration, and you'll have this understanding clearly. Okay, I'll proceed. So, the meaning of life is, when we say meaningfulness and living a life which have a meaning, uh, to have meaningful life, the main important aspect you should make very strong as a relationship, bonds. Having a good relation, good healthy relationships will lead you to have a long happy life. Meaning of life could, for me, what I understood with my lot of research, reading hundreds of books, is that for me meaning of life is serving somebody unconditionally without expecting anything and helping them out. And if you be the reason for somebody's smile, that's the meaning of life. That's the positive meaning of life you could have. uh, your actions could make somebody smile, your parents feel proud. And when I say smile, it's not that you crack a joke and somebody is smiling or laughing on it. It's something that you do it very naturally, and by seeing you, people have that positive vibe. People have that thing that, they say that, okay, there are bad people in this world, but there are good people, and you are one of them. They should have that vibe. And what is purpose of life? Purpose of life for me, again, I want to make, firstly, our country, and to make this world a place where everybody can live happily without any discrimination, without any hatred towards each other. And my purpose of life, and it could be yours or it could be somebody else, it might differ to person. I'll show you how you have to find your meaning and your purpose. Okay. uh, my purpose of life would be, I want to improvise the education system, which I feel have gone to a way different way. It allows the element of uh, the real teacher and student, where everything came into money oriented and materialistic oriented things, and just passing out from exams. And when I say, if you get a good job in Google, or if you get a good job in Amazon, you leave studying, you leave the habit of learning, discovering. So I want to change this. This is purpose of my life. I want to bring impact in the society unconditionally, charging nothing to anybody, but making them feel so special, so happy, understand the life, and make them feel that, okay, this is why I was born, right? So how will you find the meaning of your life? To find the meaning of your life, firstly you have to discover yourself, your passions, your potentials, your weaknesses, your wishes, and your worries. List them all together on the paper. Please make this habit to write down, guys. If you can't write it down, if you can't express on the words on the paper with your pen, you'll forget the things. You will not have that. You can't use the power of subconscious mind, right? So what I want to say you all is that to find your meaning of life, uh, connect with your nature. Connect with the nature. What is nature again? Nowadays we are built with nature. We say lie with a confidence that that lie looks real. We say negativity in a way that it feels real, which might be real. But the thing of meaningful life is that you do something unconditionally for somebody, and you realize the nature of human, and it's a human nature, and you realize that, okay, real happiness, being happy, is not about having Lamborghini at your end, but real happiness is making somebody smile, and making somebody feel special. That's the beauty, right? That's the meaning of life. And what is purpose of life? Purpose of life is a direction to fulfill the meaning of life. It's interconnected. You have that direction, you have that vision, you have that mission to do something really big with some core values inside you, which every company will have some meaning, some values, some visions. Have a vision inside your life. Do something not only for you but for the society as well. Dream for something which tons of people with you could be happy. If you earn 10 rupees, have that power inside you to spend 1 rupee for somebody else. From 10 rupees, just spend 1 rupee, but that happiness of spending 1 rupee is just amazing. I mean, that you can never get it back from anything, from any materialistic. Help people, and with that smile of helping them, you will find immense pleasure. I discovered my passion. It was to speak. It was to share the thoughts what I feel. I am not actually a person who is who is only bookish one, or I am not a person who copy other people, but I am a person who discover new things inside me every day. And that's what the beauty of Ikigai as well. As you join it, you will find that every day you'll try learning something new. Here nobody will judge you, and it's your curiosity to learn something new. You have people, you can network them, you can speak to tons of people all around the country. We are the first organization which went into the international, and which got affiliated with the international bodies in the whole country. We are the first Indian organization which got affiliated with international education and research body. And what actually we are different with, we don't judge anybody, we don't charge. We're not doing this to earn. It's not something a profit making venture. We are spending by our own pockets to serve. And that's what makes impact, that's what is our purpose, that what makes our life meaningful. We are happy. uh, Yesterday I was seeing a talk, and that person said that what is meaningful life, and he said that, you know actually that was a conversation between a mom and a child. And child asked to the mom, asked his mom that, mother, what do you really feel as meaningful life? And I feel that I have a way to earn a lot of money, but I don't feel it's a right way. What should I do? So mother replies, I don't have knowledge like you. I'm an illiterate. I didn't study well. But I see one thing whenever I come to your room, waking you up early, you sleep you sleep with peace and you sleep fully and you're happy sleeping there. But if someday I come to your room to wake you up and you're awake and you could not sleep properly, we peacefully sleeping is directly related to our actions. And if you do something